Rassie Erasmus unveils strong Springbok squad for Aussie tests. Rugby Championship 2025. It's the decision that has the entire rugby world talking. Two of the Springboks' most celebrated modern heroes, Faf de Klerk and Makazola Mapimpi, have been sensationally left out of the primary squad to face Australia. As Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus unveiled a formidable 37-man lineup for the opening two tests of the Castle Lager Rugby Championship, the glaring omissions of these two-time World Cup winners have sent shockwaves through the fanbase. While the squad is brimming with talent, featuring an incredible 24 World Cup champions, the focus has inevitably shifted to those who didn't make the cut. Springbok squad announcement. Faf de Klerk and Mapimpi omitted for Rugby Championship. When South Africa announced their squad for the upcoming Rugby Championship matches against Australia, it raised eyebrows among fans and analysts alike. Why? Because key players like Faf de Klerk, Makazola Mapimpi, and Lukhanyo Am, double World Cup winners, were left out. If you're wondering what's going on, you're not alone. But here's where it gets interesting. These star players aren't entirely out of the picture. They've been placed on a standby list in case injuries strike. This decision reflects Coach Rassie Erasmus' strategy to balance experience with fresh talent as the team begins defending its title. The Springboks will face Australia in two thrilling home fixtures next month, the first in Johannesburg on August 16th, followed by a showdown in Cape Town a week later. To prepare for these high-stakes clashes, Erasmus has named a 37-player squad that blends seasoned campaigners with promising newcomers. Among those included are recent debutants Ethan Hooker, a versatile back, Asenathi Tlabakani and Bowen Venter, both props, Marnus van der Merwe, hooker, and Cobus Wies, utility forward. These young talents bring energy and potential, signaling a shift toward building depth within the national setup. But wait, there's more to unpack here. Bath prop Thomas du Toit won't be part of the action due to a mandatory 2-week rest period negotiated with the English Premiership. Meanwhile, Jasper Wies, the brother of Cobus, is serving a 4-week suspension, which adds another layer of complexity for Erasmus as he finalizes his plans. It's worth noting that this year alone, Erasmus has already utilized nearly 50 different players across 3 test matches. His goal? To expand the pool of capable athletes ahead of the 2027 Rugby World Cup. It's always tough trimming down the squad, Erasmus admitted during a press briefing. Especially after seeing how well our expanded group performed in wins over Italy and Georgia earlier this month. However, we've consistently emphasized the need for a smaller, more focused squad during the Rugby Championship. Ideally, we aim to have at least 3 players who can cover each position. One of our core objectives is to build squad depth, and there's no better way to assess younger players than by pitting them against some of the best teams globally. Intriguingly, the Springboks haven't stopped there when it comes to nurturing future stars. 3 standout performers from South Africa's triumphant Under-20 World Cup campaign have been invited to train with the senior side. Loose forward Bathabil Lukhanyo, wing Cheswell Just, and scrum half Hashim Peed, all rising talents, will now get a taste of what it takes to compete at the highest level. For many fans, this move represents an exciting glimpse into the future of South African rugby. So let's talk about the squad itself. On the forward side, stalwarts like Lud de Jager, Pieter-Steph du Toit, Eben Etzebeth, and Sia Khaleesi lead the charge alongside emerging names such as Asenathi Tlabakani and Marnus van der Merwe. In the backs department, familiar faces like Damien de Allende, Cheslin Colby, Willie Leroux, and Andre Pollard join forces with newer additions like Ethan Hooker and Morn van den Berg. This mix of old and new creates a dynamic blend that could redefine how the Springboks approach their game. Now, here's something to consider. Does leaving out proven champions like Faf de Klerk and Makazola Mapimpi put the team at risk, Or is this calculated gamble exactly what South Africa needs to stay ahead? And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about winning today, it's about preparing for tomorrow. With the 2027 World Cup on the horizon, every decision made now shapes the team's trajectory. What do you think? Is Erasmus making the right call by prioritizing youth development over relying solely on experienced veterans? Could this bold strategy backfire if injuries hit hard? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. Springbok Squad 2025, Omissions and New Stars. Stop the presses. Springbok strategist Rassie Erasmus has just released a 37-man squad for the opening rounds of the 2025 Rugby Championship, and a few superstar names are suddenly on the outside looking in. But here's where it gets controversial. Season match winners Faf de Klerk, Lukhanyo Am, and Makazola Mapimpi have been shifted to standby status, clearing space for a handful of fresh faces and under-21 prodigies. Genius squad rotation or risky roll of the dice? You decide. What's at stake? The Rugby Championship is Southern Hemisphere Rugby's annual showdown, pitting South Africa against Australia, New Zealand, and Argentina. Points earned over 6 rounds determine the regional kingpins. For 2025, the Springboks begin with back-to-back home tests against the Wallabies, August 16th in Johannesburg and August 23rd in Cape Town, so starting strong is non-negotiable. Key omissions and why they matter. Faf de Klerk, scrum half, Lukhanyo Am, outside center, Makazola Mapimpi, wing, all World Cup winners, all game breakers. Their absence instantly raises tactical questions about leadership, defensive organization, and finishing power out wide. Salman Morat, Evan Roos, Neethling Fouché, Vincent Chituka, powerful forwards kept in reserve, hinting at fierce internal competition and an eye on player workload. Thomas du Toit, the Bath-based prop, enjoys a compulsory 2-week premiership rest period, yet Rassie can recall him at a moment's notice. Jasper Wiese, the combative number 8, serves a 4-week suspension and is therefore unavailable. New blood making their mark. Staying in the mix from the recent Italy and Georgia tests are Ethan Hooker, utility back, Asenath Labakani and Bowen Venter, props, Marnus van der Merwe, hooker, Cobus Wiese, utility forward. Their retention signals trust in their rapid progress and positional versatility. Hooker, for instance, can slot in at center or fullback, freeing up creative combinations elsewhere. Even bolder, Erasmus has invited 3 junior Springbok World Cup champions, Bathabil Hilakani, Cheswell Just, and Hashim Peed, to a 2-week conditioning camp beginning Sunday, July 27th. It's a clear statement that the conveyor belt of young talent is open for business right now, not just in a few seasons. How the numbers stack up. 9 Bulls, 11 Sharks, for Stormers, 2 Lions, 11 overseas-based players. Roughly 3 players per position, satisfying Erasmus's obsession with depth and injury insurance. The coach speaks. Erasmus admits trimming the larger training group was always challenging, but emphasizes the balance between proven veterans and youngsters who grab their chances. During the mid-year series, he has personally briefed every standby player on expectations, so that any one of them can plug directly into the Matchday 23